15 wickets fell on a thrilling opening day of the latest LV County Championship match at Chelmsford, where Essex were taking on high flyers Hampshire. Jimmy Adams, fresh from leading his side to a comprehensive innings win over Worcestershire last week, won the toss and decided to have a go first with the bat. Michael Carberry would have been looking to celebrate his call-up for the England Lions next month, but having got going with that boundary, he edged a drive off Reece Topley behind on 5. There were no real signs of what was to come later on as Liam Dawson and Adams then started to make progress. Adams came into this match in magnificent form, having struck an undefeated 219 in that win over Worcestershire, which has put his side into second place in the second division table. A win here is likely to put them top. David Masters, who missed Essex's last game through injury, had bowled 5 unsuccessful overs from the river end, but soon had Dawson LBW after switching to the Hayes Close end of the ground. And he was unlucky not to collect a second wicket. George Bailey's edge, though, was controlled. Not that Masters was to be denied for too long. A perfect delivery found the edge of Adams' bat, and at long last he was dismissed for 11 at 44 for 3. And Masters made it 3 for 7 in 4 overs when he had Bailey held by Mark Patini off a combination of bat and pad, which left the visitors in some trouble on 47 for 4. That's not what Adams would have envisaged after he won the toss and batted, but the news was good for Essex, a team which had faced some strong criticism from their own coach after their last defeat against the current second division leaders, Northamptonshire. Hampshire's reaction to the sudden loss of wickets was to take the attack back to the bowlers, and James Vince in wonderful touch presently, and Sean Irvine played some terrific strokes in the Essex sunshine. They took their side to lunch with the game nicely balanced again. And if anything, it was Hampshire who moved ahead of the game early in the afternoon session, as both Vince and Irvine used the middle of their bats to very good effect. Their timing was exemplary as they added 82 for the 5th wicket in 23 overs, which took their total to a more palatable 129 for 4. But their stand was brought to an end courtesy of a clever bit of bowling from Ravi Bopara, another to be named on the day in the Lions squad. Vince departed LBW for a fine 43. Irvine went one better than Vince and reached a quality half-century from 81 balls, an innings including 8 fours such as these off Topley. Irvine is another to have made an encouraging start to this season, and this was his second 50 thus far. Adam Wheater had been given a very warm reaction on his return to Chelmsford, but it turned out to be brief, as with just a single to his name, he was next out, top-edging a pull off Topley, which was held in the deep by Graham Napier. Chris Wood would have been equally upset with the mode of his dismissal, as he then pulled Bopara to Ben Folkes at mid-wicket. And when Irvine on 60 gave Topley a simple return catch via the leading edge, Hampshire had slumped again before tea to 170 for 8. And it didn't take long for an improved Essex to finish things off, something they were unable to do against Northamptonshire. David Balcombe somehow managed to deflect this ball from Masters to Alistair Cook, while James Tomlinson gave Patini some catching practice off Napier as the visitors were dismissed for 197, Masters claiming figures of 4 for 29 on his return. All was going well for Essex as Cook, in his first county performance in a year, and Tom Wesley opened up with a stand of 26 in reply. But that was ended in the most unfortunate of ways as Cook's back foot drive was deflected onto the stumps by Tomlinson to run out Wesley for 16. Tomlinson then trapped Rob Quiney in front of his stumps on 4 to leave Essex in a little trouble themselves on 33 for 2. But that brought together Bopara and Cook, and they appeared to be steadying the ship. The England captain may not have played too much of late, but he is a player of such class these days that you almost always expect him to score runs, whatever else is happening around him. He and Bopara took the total to 51, but then Essex lost 3 wickets in 11 balls for just 1 run. On 7, Bopara was given out leg before to Danny Briggs' first ball after some thought. Irvine then completed an excellent personal day by having night watchman Masters caught at the wicket. Before 2 balls later, he moved the ball enough to see Patini caught at slip by Vince. That left Essex precariously placed on 52 for 5, but Folkes struck 19 off 14 balls before the close to see the home side end an exciting opening day on 72 for 5, with Cook still there on 25. They'll resume on the second morning 125 runs behind their opponents.